Hello and welcome to another episode of Owen. That's me. I'm going to show you today how to override the Joomla administrator template so that it's branded to your own colors. Reason I do this is, apart from the fact that I'm a massively egotistical person, is so that I remind my clients who built the website, and if they ever decide to get it rebuilt in the future, they remember, oh yeah, those are the guys that did it, even if I haven't talked to them recently because perhaps they just had no reason to talk to me or whatever else it could be. So let's get started. So here's the Joomla admin. Before I start, please, if you like my videos, do subscribe, do like, do comment, do ring the bell, and let me know that I'm doing a good job so I know to make more of these types of videos. So starting off, I will show you the things that Joomla allows you to do. So if you go to System, and then you find Site Templates, and Site style, Template Styles. So go to the Styles one, and what you'll see is I can change this from Site to Admin. Okay, now I've got admin, I'll choose Atom. And the first thing you see, you arrive on this page, but if you go to image settings, you can upload some images. So I've uploaded 3 images, and as you can see, there's one here. And I may as well show you the others as well while I'm doing this. If I God damn it. If I inspect it and then I go to mobile mode, you'll see there's a smaller image there. And then when I off the mobile mode, you'll see it's a larger image. And also if I log out, ta-da, you see there's another image here and another one up here. So let's log back in again. But what I wanted to show you is the sizes of those images. I've got a Atoms Overrides GitHub, which you can have for free. It's public, just steal it. And in the override, I tell you the size of the logos, and I also give you some Canva templates if you want to use them for free as well. Just copy them and it's fine. So what I noticed when I did this initially was that this logo remained at 150 pixels. I didn't really like that, so I wanted to override it. But let's stick with the template styles for now. Still on admin, still on Atom. So these are the image things. Fine, we can upload them. I'm sure you know how to do that. Then you've got this color settings. Problem I have with this is it only allows you to choose a hue. Hue is used with HSL, which is hue, saturation, and lightness. Hue is the color part, and saturation really kind of defines like the darkness or stuff, and lightness obviously defines the lightness. So that's how you get from maybe like this dark blue into a very, very light blue. You would just add loads of lightness to it, or possibly desaturate it. So you have a few options here, but they're not enough for my liking. And I really don't like the fact that I can't choose the exact blue that I wanted to use, which was my brand colors, which is this one. Um, I think it's a bit weird that they did it that way, but hey, they'll have had a reason. I just don't know what it was. I haven't asked anyone. So how do we solve this problem? I'm going to show you. So when I'm in system, I could choose different. I could choose this here, templates. But also if I choose a system, you can see templates there as well. So styles, which is where you edit the images and colors. Site templates where I can do overrides. So I need to change it to admin again. You see Atom again. And what I need to do is I need to create a new file. And what I need to do is I need to put it in this CSS folder here. So there we go. I need to call it user.css. I'll call it user1 because I've already created one, and I'll make sure that it's on CSS here. And then do not hit the close button like I did at first. Hit this create button, which is I think a bit odd. I prefer it to be down here, but is what it is. No big deal. Now you see it's created my file. Let's put it in the CSS folder like I requested, and I can just go in there and I can just type over it and then save it, and just like a normal CSS file. Alternately, I could also use FTP and upload it to this location, but you need to remember that it needs to be called user CSS. So I'm going to delete this one because it's called user1 and that's pointless. And I'm going to show you my user CSS file. So remember it has to be in this location and it has to be called user CSS. And then Joomla will automatically pick it up and start using it. So the first thing I did was I added my brand colors here. And you'll see that I've got blue 900, 800, 700. I like this methodology, which I've stolen from Tailwind. You can see that they use it here, and you can see quite visually how this works. So these are the dark reds and these are the light reds. Really easy to understand, really easy to remember. Rather than saying like marigold yellow, sunflower yellow, bright sun yellow, warm day yellow. Like, they don't mean anything to me. I can't remember which one's darker than which. I have to go and consult my brand guideline every time, and quite frankly, that's a bit boring. So what I do is I copy the Tailwind, which is 50, 100, whatever. So if you look at this, you will know blue 900 is darker than blue 800, and so on and so forth. However, I'll show you how I use those in a moment. But what I would say is that may not be appropriate for everyone. So let's show you how to use them first. So here's the Joomla override. So if they're using custom CSS variables or CSS variables. So it starts with a dash dash for the variable. And what I've done is created my own variables up here, starting with dash dash. And then here, I've assigned a variable to the original variable. So it's just var, open bracket, dash dash, cut, whatever it is, close bracket, and then semicolon. So if I show you, where can I see one if I inspect the element? Let me put my thing below. So this is how I worked out what the variables are. So you can see here, the variable is header BG. Now I don't want to go around and find that anywhere and change that. So I will keep that header BG. And if you see here, I've got header BG. So this, rather than changing the CSS or the HTML or anything else, I just assigned it this other variable. I could equally have just typed in could have typed it in like hex. So why didn't I do that? Well, I did at first, and it worked, and it's fine. But say in the future, I rebrand and these colors change, I can just put the new hex here, and it would change it throughout. Every place I've used it would just change automatically. So for me, it's like maybe not something I use every day, but I feel like it's best practice. So going back to why you may not want to follow this methodology. For me, this is great because I want to style all of the sites in this blue color with my logo and everything else and make sure the clients remember that Square Balloon are the guys that did this and we should use them next time. But you might not want to. You might decide, actually, I would rather style it in the customer's styling. So whenever they use the website, they get a fuzzy feeling like, wow, this website is built exactly for us. It's got our logo, our colors, everything else. And well, if they're red, I've not only got to change the hex value here, I've also got to change the name of the variable, and then I've got to change all these variables. Yeah, of course I can do it with a find and replace, but it's just a bit more work. So then in that case, you may prefer to use a variable like main color, whatever the main color would be. Not white probably, but because that's more generic, that would mean I could give all of these things a more generic variable. And then if I want to use it with a customer, then I just put the main color of that customer. So it's red, I just change that once. If it's yellow, I change it once, and it still makes a lot of sense. So either way is fine. I'm just showing you how to do it. So yeah, you now know how to find the variable in the CSS by inspecting it. You now know how to reassign it with a different color. You know the reason to add your variables first and do it that way rather than doing it manually thing by thing. You might need this content because this is how I made the logo 300 pixels. It was stuck at 150. So if I close, if I just, rather than closing, I'll open a new window. So you can see now this is 300. Previously it was 150. So if I show you what that looks like, there you go. So it was just a little bit smaller. I didn't like that. I didn't see it made a big difference for me to add it like that, so I did it. Don't have to do it if you don't want to. Go back to this. I also changed the menu sidebar. So let me show you what that looks like. So here, it was previously a dark blue, a Joomla dark blue. This dark blue looks the same, but it's actually from my brand. But I actually wanted to make it a light blue from my brand, and then I wanted these to be bold. So all I did was just change this to the light blue, and made the color dark blue, and the background was a light blue, which would be this one, blue 200. So you can see it's got the UL on it as well. So yeah, that's really what all the changes I made. I have put all of these changes into this GitHub here. What you'll find if you go here and then you go to the user CSS, you could literally just download this, save it as user CSS, and you'll have some of the rules that I've already found. You might want to add more, entirely up to you. It gives you instructions where to put it. So yeah, hopefully I've made it as easy as possible. You've got your logo templates here. If you want to just use them, just copy them and put your own logo in there. And that's about all. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully I've had use to you. Please do subscribe. Please do let me know in the comments if you found this useful and if you'd like me to do anything else.